Good morning, everybody. Let me get my camera switched over here so you can see me. Hi, happy Monday. Welcome to Monday Coffee and a Card with Jana. I am Jana Edwards with Stampin Inc. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Corpus Christi, Texas. And starting in January 2025, I am going to be going live on Mondays at 10 a.m. for Coffee and a Card, and also on Thursdays at noon for a regular card class on Thursdays. If you place a $35 order in my online store, I will send you the card kits for the cards that we create on Monday and on Thursdays. This week, you'll need to place your order by Sunday the 12th, midnight, so that I know that you want the kits for this week. So you'll get a kit for the card that we create today, and then the 3 projects that we create on Thursday. Thursday will be live at noon. There are links in the description of the video for my shop so that you can shop the products. If you would like to request a catalog, there's a link for the catalog. There's a link for you to join my Facebook group so that you can join our community and share your projects, join in the challenges that we'll be starting this year. It's just a good community to be a part of, talk back and forth, keep your craftiness, what am I trying to think of? Keep your crafty juices flowing, I guess. Okay, so there's also a link for my newsletter. If you would like to sign up for my email news list to get my weekly newsletters, keeping you informed of all of the things that'll be the classes that we'll be having this month, the products that we'll be using, go ahead and sign up for that, and you will be in the know of everything Stampin' Inc. wise. This week we are going to be using the heart-shaped bundle. It's a bundle that you can earn during Sale-a-Bration. If you don't know what Sale-a-Bration is, every year Stampin' Up! Has an event called Sale-a-Bration, where if you order, this year it's $60. If you order $60 worth of product, you get to choose an item out of the little mini Sale-a-Bration catalog. And Sale-a-Bration runs beginning tomorrow, January the 7th through February the 28th. So you have a whole month, 2 months to earn your products. This particular bundle that we're using today is, it's $120. If you spend $120, you can get the bundle. Let me turn my camera down so you can see what I am looking at down here. Okay, so this is the Sale-a-Bration catalog. I can't show you what's inside because it doesn't technically go live until tomorrow. But this is the Sale-a-Bration catalog. It is 19 pages, so there are 19 pages of product that you can earn for free. There's several. If you spend $60, you get a free item. And for every $60 that you spend, you get to choose a new item. There are items that are $120. If you spend $120, you get to choose that item. It's a bundle. I want to say, I'm not gonna say there's a scrapbook kit in there because I don't really know. I don't remember looking. I don't remember seeing one, but there's always a lot of good things. Also, January 7th, tomorrow, this mini catalog comes out. Lots of cute products in this mini catalog. Also, I'll be using one of the suites for my card kit class this month, for February, and registration for that will also open up on the 8th. I'll open registration for that on the 8th. So if you're interested in getting information about the kits and the registration links for that, sign up for my email list and I'll send you information about that once I'm ready for that to go live. Okay? I'm going to put this away. Hold on. I'm going to spit my gum out real quick, and I didn't want you guys to see There we go. I didn't want you to have to see me spitting my gum out. Okay, we are going to create just a cute little card today. So I have what's left of my coffee this morning. I have had, this will be my 3rd cup of coffee this morning. We're going to be using the heart-shaped bundle. With this bundle, you get the stamp set and it's a set of dies. And like I said, this is a celebration item that you can earn for free by spending $120 during celebration, and celebration starts tomorrow. I am also using, when I designed these cards, this paper was still available. It's called the Most Adorned. It was in the clearance rack and I have like 4 packages of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use it. If you like this paper and you would like the kits with this paper, I'll send it to you in your kit. All you need to do is just place a $35 order in my online store and I will send you the kits as a free gift. And it will have this paper. Stampin' Up! Does have, it's an online exclusive right now. It's similar paper. It's got all of the same, kind of the same designs. And it's called Heartfelt Elegance, I believe. You can go in and search. It's fairly similar to the same paper. I think the colors are just different. I think they used Cherry Cobbler and Real Red, and this paper uses Flirty Flamingo, Real Red, and Gold. But since I already had them all cut up, I'm gonna go ahead and use it. And you know, if you want a kit, this is the paper that you'll get in the kit, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I've already got a lot of the items cut out. We're gonna start with I have my cheat sheet over here so I can read. We're gonna start with a 4.5 by 11. I'm sorry, no, this is 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and fold that in half. Burnish those edges. This is the card we're making today. Then I have 3 strips of the Designer Series paper. 1, 2, 3. This, you're gonna have 1 strip that measures, let me read my instructions. 1 strip that measures 2 by 4 1/4, and then 2 strips that measure 1 by 4 1/4. All right. And I'm going to take these strips and I'm gonna grab my silicone mat so I don't get ink all over my surface. And I'm gonna use, let me move this down. If you're here joining me today, just leave me a comment so I can see who's here watching, who's joining in. I always like to know who's here joining me. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Stampin' Seal, and I'm gonna just put 2 lines of Stampin' Seal. I'm gonna put some Stampin' Seal on this panel, and we're gonna layer it about in the center, right about here. Then we're going to use the gold, the side that has the gold plaid. We're gonna go ahead and put that right next to it. I got some of my glue off the edge here, so I'm just gonna roll it back on itself. Then I'm going to take this strip and I'm going to line it up right next to that first strip. Get all my little adhesive off of there that hung over the side. Let me grab I'm gonna grab my eraser. Just to help clean that edge up a little bit. It is cold here in South Texas. We got a cold front. I'm sure the rest of the world is pretty cold, but for us it's chilly. So I am hunkered down in the craft room today with my electric heater going because it's 30 something degrees outside. All right, we're gonna take the other red plaid piece. I am going to grab my little cutter because since this is folded, I'm gonna cut just a smidge off of the end. I find that when I cut it exactly to the size of the cardstock here, it hangs over. So I'm just gonna cut just a smidge. I mean, like not even a 1/16 of an inch. You see how little that was? So cut that off so it doesn't hang over. And then I'm gonna put some adhesive on the back of this. And we're gonna go about 3/4 of the way down and adhere that right across, okay? Then I'm gonna take the card base and I'm going, now that I have it all decorated, I'm gonna set it to the side and we're gonna work on our sentiment and stamping and the circle here. So I'm gonna set this off to the side. Set that over there, put that away. I'm gonna grab a piece of cardstock and the heart, the intricate heart stamp. I'm gonna clean this real quick. Bring my chamois in, clean it off. This one too. I'm gonna use I'm gonna grab my foam mat since this is photopolymer. I'm using my Versamark because this is the first few times that I've used this stamp set, and I find you get a crisper image if you use your Versamark for the first few times when you're stamping. Okay, remember it's just pounce, pounce, pounce. You don't have to put a whole lot of pressure on your ink, on your stamps and your ink pad. Just make sure you have good coverage. Come down a little bit on my scrap because I'm gonna have to cut that circle out. I'm gonna give it just a minute to soak in that ink. Look at that pretty image. Beautiful. Oh, I need this again because I have to stamp the sentiment, right? So with the stamp set, we're gonna use this sentiment right here that says, my heart loves your heart. All right, I'm gonna use my Versamark again on that stamp. Get some, this is real red that I'm using. I'm gonna stamp the sentiment right about here. Give it enough space for that circle die that we're gonna use. Put that away. Put the stamps over here since we're done with those. Now, I'm gonna grab my little mini boss here. I hope this is gonna fit. Let me see. It should. I'm gonna use the largest circle from the Stylish Shapes dies. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna center this image right in the center of that circle. But I need to cut some of this off first because it's not going to fit through my machine. Nope, a little bit more. There we go, that will work. Toss these scraps out. Then we're going to use our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. We're going to put this on our little cutting plates. I'm going to layer this circle here. I'm going to go ahead and use some Post-it note tape to hold that down. I'm going to grab the sentiment, there's a little label die that comes in with the bundle, so we're going to use that too. I'm going to go ahead, oops, I need some more Post-it note tape. All right, then you'll want to position your sentiment in the center of the die. Right. We are going to go ahead and run this through. Snap, crackle, pop, and we're done. It makes a lot of noise and it's kind of scary, but it's just, you know that your die is actually cutting with the, you know, when it makes all that noise. Okay, I'm going to set this aside over here and go ahead and put these dies up so I don't lose them. All right, put this up. Then I'm going to grab the flower die. There's a flower die and there's a leaf die and there is a little like lace heart, or like a wreath, kind of, it makes like a heart wreath, I think. I'm going to grab these 3 dies. I am going to grab a scrap of, a real red cardstock. I need to cut this down so it will fit through. Let me measure this. These plates are 3 and, what is that? About 3.5 inches wide. So I'm gonna cut this down to about, just to make sure I have enough room to fit. Yep. Okay. I need, I can't fit all of these on here, I don't think. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this heart out. Layer my sandwich up. Oops, I'm going to move that just a little bit. I don't want to lose those. Okay. And it gives you this beautiful little cutout. So I'm going to set that aside. Put this in my little bowl over here so I don't lose it. Then I want to grab some scraps of Old Olive and Fleur de Flamingo. I have already cut out 2. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Where'd they go? They're right here. I've already cut out 2 of the flowers, so I'm only going to need to cut out 1 more, and then I'm going to cut out 1 more of the leaves, but total I did 2 leaves and 3 flowers. Okay? So So we are going to get our flower on here and our little leaf die. Put this on, and then we're going to go ahead and cut this one. Layer those up. Oops, let me move that over a little bit. Layer those and run it through our machine. Move this out of the way since we're done with it. All right, I'm gonna grab my take your pick tool, and I'm gonna go ahead and punch the little flower out in the center. Isn't that cute? It gives you this little flower. So we have those. Then this cuts out two little leaf sections. This die does. Okay. Throw these over here in the scrap bin. Put that away. Now I'm going to grab the circle that we were working on and my mat so I don't get glue all over my surface. Okay. Let me put these over to the side. So put them in a little bowl here so they don't wander off. Then I am going to grab my tweezers, sorry, and I'm going to put, I used a scrap and it already had some of the Stampin' Up! Sells, what's it called? Adhesive sheets, and I had already put adhesive sheets on one side, so I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit of glue, use my multi-purpose glue, and just add some dots to this side here. You don't have to cover the whole thing. You just need enough to make sure that it's gonna stick. And I'll pull this adhesive sheet off too, so we'll have sticky on the other side. I'm gonna switch my tweezers around, so hopefully I can get this off of here without getting glue all over myself. There we go. Wow. Come on. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to line it up with the heart image here, and you'll see it's going to look like these little branches are sticking out. It just makes it gives it a little more texture, a little more depth on your image. Pretty. Okay, now you'll want to take your little leaf images that we cut out. Should have 4 total. There's 2 big ones and 2 little ones. So I hope everybody's new year has started off well. I went to a crop the last 2 days, Friday and Saturday. So yesterday, my husband and I just took it easy all day. I still have my Christmas tree up. I know lots of people have their Christmas trees down already. Not me. All my Christmas stuff is still up, but it usually stays up till. Aw, thanks, Lisa. Sipping some hot tea. I've already had 3 cups of coffee this morning. All right, the larger leaves, I'm gonna take one and I'm just gonna get it to go on the curve of this heart here. And then we're gonna take the other larger one, because they curve, kind of curve to the right and the other ones curve down. You'll see what I mean. The curve is backwards. See how this one curves this way and this one curves the other way? So these I'm going to put, the smaller ones I will put at the bottom because they'll curve inward to shape the heart. So I'm going to go ahead and put just a little bit, and it's just very, very little, like a dab. I would use a glue dot, but the glue dot's actually too big. All right, I'm going to do one more right here. The flowers are going to cover these up quite a bit. Got the sniffles all of a sudden. Is it cold there where you're at, Lisa? It's cold here this morning. Thank you. I like this one. I'll be doing 3 more projects with this same set on Thursday too. So we're going to give this just enough space so that you'll have room enough to put your 3 flowers here in the center as well, okay? I don't know about you, but I like simple stamping, but I also like to paper piece things together. It's kind of relaxing, you know? Does anybody else feel that? You feel that way too? It's like putting a puzzle together, kind of, I guess. Then we're going to do our 3 flowers. I'm gonna put one right here, just adding a little glue on the back of that. Then I'm gonna put another one. It is getting sunny outside, and I think it's supposed to get to what, the 50s or 60s today. I'm not 100% sure, but it's not supposed to say cold, but then it's gonna get down into the 40s again tonight, which is cold for us. I'm sure that's not cold for some people, but for us down here, that's cold. Okay, on this last flower, I'm going to use a mini glue dot, a mini Stampin' Dimensional, sorry. We're gonna put it right here in the center, and then take that backing off. I'm gonna use my tweezers just so I can get it positioned right, and I'm gonna stick it right there in the center. Isn't that pretty? Sorry, I got the sniffles all of a sudden. Okay, now I want to go ahead and add some dimensionals to some regular Stampin' Dimensionals to the back of this circle. I'm going to do 3. And then stick it down to the card base, because then I will know, it'll give me a better idea where I want to place the sentiment. And then we'll finish embellishing and we'll be finished. We'll have our coffee and card for today, or coffee and tea for today. All right, I want it to be right about here. Position it over to the left a little, because your sentiment's gonna hang over to the side some. And what I'm gonna do, since the circle is popped up with dimensionals, I'm gonna take a mini dimensional and put it on the right side of the band of the sentiment. So I'm gonna put it on this side underneath, so that when it lays down, it's gonna be popped up on this side and it'll make everything level. Then I'm gonna add just a little bit of glue to the other side so that it sticks down to the top of the circle. All right, and we're going to position that right in there and just kind of push it down a little bit so that it catches. There we go. Now it's getting hot in here. I'm sweating. I turned the heater up before I started, so I turned the heater up to like 70 something, because it was 52 in the house when we woke up this morning. It was funny, you go to bed with the fans and everything on and you wake up freezing to death with all the covers, you know, because we're just not used to cold weather down here, right? All right, now I'm going to grab some of these are the adhesive backed metallic gems. You could use whatever gems you wanted to, but I wanted the gold in the paper to kind of pop a little. So I'm using 3 of the little gold, they look like sequins, like raised up sequins. And I have the hardest time getting these little suckers off of here. I'm going to put these right in the center of the flowers. There we go. One here. And, oops, where did that one go? It's still right there. There we go. I'm sure if I use the flat end of my take your pick tool, it would work a little better. I'm just going to raise that leaf up a little, that petal, and put that down. There we go. And I've already created a bow with the gold twine. I love this. I love the linen thread, and I think this is either gold, I think this is gold thread is what they call it. I'm gonna grab a glue dot for this one. And then we're gonna put that right about there. And let me grab a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 inch cardstock, and we'll finish off the inside of our card. Make sure that's the right size. Okay, now I have, I know it's here. This is a 3 1/4 by 4 inch piece of the same cardstock, the same designer series paper here. We're gonna take and just put some adhesive on this strip and put it onto the inside, onto this piece of white cardstock to finish off the inside of our card. I don't like to go all the way down to the, I don't like for it to match up on the bottom. I like to have a little strip of white showing on mine. And I got over on the edge with that adhesive, so I'm just gonna clean it up some. I like the snail because you don't have to wait for it to dry and it just rolls off. But I am gonna use the multi-purpose adhesive to glue this down to the inside because I can move it around a little bit and make sure I have it positioned where I want it. And there we go. You have a finished card. Very quick and easy. And I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that your day, the rest of your morning goes well. I'm going to finish up here in the craft room. I'm gonna start designing for my kits for next month. And if you would like to place an order, I will send you the kits for this week as a free gift. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you. I appreciate it, Lisa. And you guys have a good day. Thanks so much. We'll see you